Hello everybody, my name is Python and welcome to the very first episode of my brand new Terraria series here in Terraria 1.4.5. I've got my character for this series already created, so all we need to do is create ourselves a brand new world. What we're going to do is we're going to go for a master mode world, and because this is going to be a long-term series, I'm going to go for a large world for once. However, that's not all I'm going to do in terms of world creation. If I click on this little seed icon here, to make things a little bit more interesting for this series, I'm actually going to activate a couple of these secret world seeds. First of which, the drunk world seed, and I'm going to combine that with the for the worthy seed, thus activating legendary mode. So, all I need to do now is give this world a name and get this thing created. If you folks are just as hyped as I am for this brand new Terraria series, please do be sure to show your hype by hitting the like button beneath the video. That way, you're helping this brand new series get out there on YouTube, and honestly, my friends, it would mean the world to me. It really would. If you're new around here and you don't want to miss out on my future Terraria content, consider hitting that subscribe button with those bell notifications turned on. That way, you'll be the first to know when the new episodes roll out. Just before popping into the world, if you are interested, here is the world seed. It will also be listed down in the description if you simply want to copy and paste it into your game. My only request is that you please don't spoil anything that is in this world in the comments area. I like to explore my brand new worlds blind. That way, it's a more authentic experience, isn't it? But yeah, by all means, if you do want to play along, there you go. So here we are, my friends. Welcome to the 1.4.5 Let's Play. Here we are with Tordak the guide, who definitely isn't a demolitionist. Yeah, okay. We're going to go ahead and chop down some trees. In terms of what I actually want to get done in today's episode, I want to go ahead and outline a whole bunch of the goals that I have for this long-term series. But the more pressing goal is for me to head on over to a snow biome and set up a bit of a starter base over there. Only with my Terraria Master Summoner playthrough that I recently finished, which was also the first ever series I did in 1.4.5, I quickly realized that the snow biome is where you want to be. Trust me, because every night in the background, you got yourself a lovely Aurora Borealis happening, and I've got to tell you, it is one of the most beautiful things in this game. So then, talking of goals for this series, oh my goodness, there are many. I'm not going to go ahead and outline every single goal for this series in today's episode, otherwise we're going to be here for absolutely ages. There are, of course, some goals that I've gone for in my previous Let's Plays, you know, things like 100% purifying the world. But there's other slightly more obscure goals that I'd like to go for. Things along the lines of achieving maximum happiness with all the NPCs that exist in Terraria. Maybe even we try and go for the 100% bestiary. Because 1.4.5 is still relatively fresh in the grand scheme of things, I feel like we will have a good amount of time to actually have a chance of succeeding at that goal. What on earth is this? I have never seen this before. The Mean Goblin's Spikes. Not entirely sure how I'm feeling about that. I'm also not entirely sure how I'm feeling about the fact there's a whopping great lava pool at the surface. Yikes. Also, we don't have any sources of light, and we are stuck with just a bog standard copper short sword. Ordinarily, I'd have no issues whatsoever going ahead and, you know, slicing apart these slimes, but we are in legendary mode here, my friends. It wouldn't take much for me to just perish. So, I mean, I guess we can see what we can do here. Maybe we could take down just the little green slimes. Ouchies! 28 damage. Maybe we could take down the green slimes, and then the purple slimes are kind of like, nah, mate, I'm not about to get on the wrong side of them. Anyway, here we are. Got ourselves some torches. Let's get ourselves down into these underground tree things. See what kind of stuffs we can find. Plenty of vases. Oh! I forgot that was a thing in legendary mode. Oh, the vases have a chance of dropping bombs. What a scumbag move that is. Can you believe that was the very first one we smashed as well? The very first vase we smashed, and it wound up being a bomb. And would you look at that? There's a further bleeding 3 of them. Oh boy, oh boy. That is just going to be a gift that keeps on giving, isn't it? Anyway, here we are. Oh, yeah, we got ourselves a finch staff. Reunited with my Finchy boys. Absolutely fantastic. What else do we get, by the way? A dog collar. Bark. Not just for trees anymore. Okay. Oh, okay. So we put it on our vanity slot, and did it actually do anything? No? Maybe you guys in the comments area will have to let me know what exactly it is this thing does. So going back to some of the goals I have for this series, some of the more interesting ones involve trying to experiment with a whole bunch of the new furniture sets, of which there are many, believe me. I checked out the Terraria wiki changelog page for 1.4.5, and there really is a crazy amount of new furniture sets. Not only did they do the Summoner class a solid with the 1.4.5 update, but it also turns out they gave builders a whole bunch of love as well. So, yeah, very, very good stuff. And talking of building, because this is an all-rounder Let's Play, we're not going to be focusing on boss progression. We're going to be focusing on having fun and experiencing all parts of Terraria. So yeah, you can expect some building episodes here and there. You can expect some boss takedown episodes here and there. Maybe even we take down bosses in weird and wonderful ways I've never done before. So yeah, anything and everything goes in this series, my friends. So by all means, if you ever have any ideas for things you might want to see me try in the series, then let me know in the comments area down below. But anyways, we're keeping on going here. There's quite a lot going on, isn't there? Oh, good lord, another bomb. Hey, at least we're getting ourselves a bunch of wood from this, right? Look at that, we've got 797 wood already. We've already become a master log fella in our world, haven't we? And anyways, keeping it going here, turns out there's quite the network of tree tunnels here, isn't there, folks? Whole bunch of chests and vases to smash. Got ourselves 2 chests in here, as a matter of fact. That's kind of nice. Right, what have we got in here? We got ourselves a Wonder Sparking. Very nice. How many of these will result in bombs? Only 1. Oh, sorry, 2. Okay, cool. More resources for your boy. I'll take it. And inside this chest, we've got ourselves a blowpipe. Hey, in terms of variety, we're not doing too bad, are we? We've got ourselves a summon weapon. We've got ourselves a mage weapon, albeit a bad one. And we've also got ourselves a ranged weapon. And if you include the copper short sword into our starting arsenal of weapons, we've also got ourselves a melee weapon. We've got all 4 classes taken care of already. So going back to us talking about the goals for this series, the goals list is not one that is fixed in stone. It will be something we add stuff to as time goes on. As I mentioned before, if you guys ever have any suggestions for things you might want to see in this series, or sort of major goals we could try and go for, then again, by all means, head down to the comments area. For now, though, a couple more chests for your boy. I am loving these herb bags. Look at the amount of deathweed seeds we have already. Dude, that's fantastic. The sooner we get ourselves a bunch of deathweed planted down, the higher amount of high-end buff potions we'll be able to make sooner in our world. Froggy neckband. Well, okay then. I like how I've just been going ahead and putting on all of these little necklaces and bands and such. Oh, absolutely brilliant. Ah, very good. Okay, so we can use the underground tree network to completely circumvent this lava pool at the surface. That's pretty handy. But I think, if I'm being honest, the more handy thing to do would be for us to just do a little bit of this, right? Just add ourselves in a little bit of a filth bridge. It's already nighttime? Have I really been blabbing on that long? Oh, jeez. Okay. That's quite bad, actually. What have we got? We got ourselves a bunch of iron bars. Now, if I was to do just a little bit of a thing here, maybe place down one of these bad boys, grab ourselves an anvil, and then I'm thinking some chains. I'll tell you what, while we're at it, why don't we make ourselves a fishing pole as well? Similar to the deathweed, the sooner we get on top of fishing in this series, the better things are gonna be. The more amount of resources we'll have more quickly. What we're looking for is a sawmill. Then from that, we can get ourselves a loom, and I've just realized we don't have any cobwebs. Oh! Well, there's me wanting to make a bed so I could skip the night just a little bit more quickly. But well, 'twas not to be. What I have noticed, though, is this. Feywood requires 20 wood and 1 mushroom. That seems like a pretty interesting thing to go for. Let's go ahead and make one just for the sake of seeing what it can do. Wow! It's one of the new furniture sets, the Feywood furniture set. Oh, okay. We've got the whole shaboodle here. We've got chests and chandeliers and such. Bro, we need to go mushroom hunting. That is something I don't say every day in Terraria. I mean, granted, maybe I go for the glowing mushrooms every now and again, but not regular surface mushrooms. I tell you what, since we've still got 20 iron bars, why don't we do ourselves a bit of a favor here? Upgrade our melee situation. Hey, that's a decent little modifier there. And what say we make ourselves a semi-decent ranged weapon as well? We'll get ourselves an iron bow. Oh, really? A bad one? I hope this isn't an omen as to the sort of luck we can expect in this series. I am not a fan of this. Annoying wonder sparking, annoying iron bow. Nah, dude, that's not okay. Ah, yeah. There might be hope for us being able to sleep this night away yet. I just spotted some cobweb. If we just head down hither, and if we go to the left here, yeah, and dig down a little bit. Yeah, here we go, my friends. Right, the magic number we're looking for is 35, and we've gone quite far beyond that, actually. Wow, that is an enormous load of cobweb right there. Blimey. So, back up to the loom we go. We should be able to make ourselves the silk we need. And now we can make ourselves a bed. However, we could always go one further and try ourselves a completely different bed. Shall we have a Feywood bed? I mean, why not, right? My goodness me, that looks a little bit strange. Let's go and zoom in real quick so we can all marvel at the new Feywood bed. It's an interesting texture for sure. But equally, I kind of like it. I like how my little Finchy boy is just hovering above me while I sleep this night away. Oh, yeah, daytime is here. So, picking up all the various crafting stations and bits and bobs, only I feel like we're going to need them all at one point or another. Let's head back up to the surface and let's explore our world just a little bit more. I want to find the snow biome. When we find ourselves the snow biome, hopefully we can then find ourselves a suitable area to make ourselves a little bit of a starter base. Oh, yeah. More mushrooms for your boy. We can make ourselves some more Feywood if we really wanted. Nice. Oh my goodness me. The giant trees don't stop there. We found ourselves even more. Good grief. Okay. Is this going to be like an entire another network underground? Oh my word. I think it might actually be, you know. Yeah, look at that. There's another little room over there. Oh my goodness me. We have a dizzying amount of loot for our first episode, my friends. Look at that, an angel statue. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll provide some sort of use later down the line. But anyways, moving on. Got ourselves, oh, what's that? A bunch more bombs. Yep. And an aglet for some additional movement speed. Hey, gnome, get out of here, man. I mean, unless you're going to turn into stone and provide a nice little luck buff for us, I don't really want you around. Oh, okay. That was an interesting sound. I don't know what that was. Python forgot their happy thought? No, not quite. I just kind of fell to my death. Oh, what the heck? I think my gravestone just smashed a vase and caused an area to blow up. Wow. Even in death, I'm destroying the world. Oh my word. And there it is. My first ever death in the series. And it was due to fall damage. I mean, that's kind of embarrassing, actually. But, well, what you gonna do, huh? Laugh at me? You can't laugh at me more than I laugh at myself, so... It's all good. Oh, wow. Not one, not even two, but 3 gem trees down the bottom of this massive tree shaft. And by the looks of it, one of them is an amber tree as well. Dude, what a find! Seriously? Finding an amber tree on episode 1. That is not bad going, if you ask me, my friends. For any of you guys who don't know, of course, amber is used in the creation of crate potions, so you can go ahead and fish up a whole bunch more crates, a whole lot more quickly. It has got to be said, the terrain generation around here is a bit of a yikes, isn't it? I'm going to have to do a little bit of a jump of faith here. Yep. Oh, my word. All right, what do we got in this room? Another loom. That's always nice to have, isn't it? What else have we got? A bad finch staff. I mean, I don't really feel any amount of remorse just going ahead and just chucking that away. But yeah, I think we're still looking pretty good. Still plenty more of these trees to explore. I am absolutely staggered. Oh, what's that? You want another giant tree with all of your other giant trees? There's another one even still on the right-hand side. Ah, very interesting. A desert coming up. One of the things we could do as a result of finding this is grabbing ourselves a bunch of cacti and making ourselves our first set of armor. What? No way! What the hell, bro? Wow. Okay. Desert pyramid. Oh my, well, I can't believe this. This is absolutely insane. I can't believe that the underground tree network leads directly to a desert pyramid. I'm lost for words. I actually am. Wow. All right, well, let's go ahead and blow this thing up. Yep, there we are. What have we got in here? Hey, we've got ourselves a magic carpet, or flying carpet, more to the point. Not bad. I actually still can't believe this, though. Underground tree network leading directly into a desert pyramid. I mean, come on. That is absolutely ridiculous. But I absolutely love it at the same time. What have we got here? Hey, a normal one to spark in. Nice. Ah, look at that. We've got Moon Lord legs. Okay. Now, one thing I do know is that there are a whole bunch of new Steam achievements alongside the 1.4.5 update. And there is actually one relating to the Moon Lord legs. I think it's called Mini-Me. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Become a Moon Lord impersonator. Apparently, you can now get all 3 Moon Lord garments in the game. You can get like a Moon Lord chestplate or vanity piece, whatever it may be. And of course, you can get yourself a Moon Lord mask as well. And yeah, there's an achievement for that now. And that, my friends, leads me on to one of the other goals I have for this series. I must admit, I'm not actually entirely sure if I'll be able to finish off all of these new Steam achievements just in this one world. If not, then of course, we will do what we can. But yeah, that is definitely going to be one of the other goals for this series, to get a whole bunch more of these done. Hey guys, check this out. I've just noticed something. This also comes with the buff of slightly increasing mobility, and I think that includes jump height. So we've got sort of a box standard jump height here, but when we put on the Moon Lord legs, yeah. It's kind of like a poor man's shiny red balloon, isn't it? Blimey O'Reilly, we have been exploring these trees for so long that it is now the 2nd night in Terraria. Are we ever going to find ourselves the snow biome? Ah, yeah. Fallen stars for your boy. I really am starting to struggle with inventory space now, my friends. Yikes. We really need to find the snow biome. Then we can... My goodness me, that is an enormous lake. That's more like an ocean right there. Blimey. But yeah, we really need to find this snow biome so we can start getting ourselves established with a base and thus a little bit of a storage area. Oh my word. We're still going with the giant freaking trees. This is insane now. My word, look at the amount of fallen stars that are falling around here. This is kind of nuts. And they're still continuing to fall. Oh! Oh dear. That zombie just had a very bad night indeed. Oh! Yeah, okay. That was just stupid. I won't lie. I was trying to magic carpet my way over to the top of that tree so I could grab myself the stars. But now, it's quite possible I've screwed myself over. It's the middle of the bleeding night, and I have nothing to my name base-wise. I'm starting to suspect that the snow biome might not be on the right-hand side of the world. So, what say we go for a very dangerous expedition in the night to try and find ourselves the snow biome, perhaps on the left-hand side of the world? Oh, dear. I was kind of hoping that maybe I could make that gnome blow up. But no, Arsonist Python, you done failed, you goofball. All right, here we go. Magic carpet time. Up we go, across we go, and what do you know? We done made it. Oh, goodness gracious me. This does not look very good. Right, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And that's a one shot. I didn't think you'd be able to get over to me that quickly. I thought maybe I had a tiny little window to try and fly above him. Oh, look at this. A good amount of mushrooms right here, so we can make ourselves a ton of Feywood eventually. Oh my gosh, this does not look like a nice area, does it? Oh, hey, snow biome. We done found it up just as we died. What the heck, though? Look at this. Snow and jungle on the same side of the world. And they're sort of intermingling with each other. Yikes. I'm not entirely sure how I'm feeling about that. One of the most beautiful locations you can find in your Terraria world now, and mine has the jungle going through it. Oh, dude. What's that ancient saying? The more beautiful something is, the more likely it is to kill you. Yeah, in this case, that is absolutely the case. However, it is daytime now. Maybe, just maybe, we'll have ourselves a little bit of a chance to set up a little bit of a safety box at the snow biome. Really not liking this bat, though. And so long as my little finch dude is knocking him around the place, yeah. Oh, no, I'm never going to get myself over there, am I? It's just not going to happen. Unless they kill themselves in the lava. That's quite helpful. Alrighty, my friends, we have got to be quick about this, haven't we? Come on, come on, fly ourselves over the lava. Get ourselves over to the snow biome and make ourselves a bit of a safety box. Come on now. Yep, here we go. All right. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, so yeah, there is actually like patches of jungle randomly in this snow biome here. Oh, man. That makes me feel so uneasy. Do we have a little bit of a window of time to actually explore this snow biome here, do you think? Whoa, this is some nasty terrain, though. Sheesh. Okay, got ourselves a whopping great chasm here. And then we're right back to having a bunch of lava lakes at the surface. Oh, boy. Right. I think we go back to over here. This seemed like a relatively okay place to set up a base, right? Getting back up there, though, might be easier said than done as a result of this ridiculous terrain. With that said, though, I seem to be making quick work of scaling this mountain here with my magic carpet and my Moonlord legs. Fantastic. All right, so here's what I am thinking. I think we set up a bit of a safe haven down at the bottom here. We use this floating island type thing here as sort of natural fortifications for now. And who knows, maybe eventually we can do something a little bit more proper with it. For now, though, I just want to make myself a bit of a safe haven. I want to get me bed place down. I want to set me spawn point here. And I want to do just a tiny bit of building. My gosh, we have 981 throwing knives? That must have come as a result of all of the living wood chests I've looted, huh? I didn't even notice, but yeah, that is a substantial amount of weaponry right there. How do we feel about using Feywood in the snow biome? I really don't know. We've got ourselves 465 Feywood in total. I don't know. Let's see how it looks when we place it down, first of all. Oh. Wow, that's kind of cool, actually. It's got like a little bit of a pink top to it. Huh. That's actually really cool looking. I feel like snow and this color would actually work pretty well together. If we're going to do this, we're going to try and do this well, okay? I think what we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves all of the furniture we need for the eventual NPC rooms first, and then we'll see what kind of resources we have remaining in terms of, you know, whether or not we can add some Feywood into the infrastructure of this build itself. So, yeah, I'm just trying to be smart about this. Only, yeah, as much as Feywood technically is a renewable resource, mushrooms, they do take a little bit of time to respawn in, don't they? So, yeah, I'm just trying to be smart with my Feywood usage here. I'm thinking a couple of tables, a couple of dressers, so we can start storing our vanity bits and bobs in them. And then maybe a couple of workbenches as well. So these all count as table items for the NPCs. We just need chair items now, or comfort items, I think they might also be referred to as in terms of NPCs. In fact, I'm pretty sure the bed counts as a comfort item as well. What about the toilet? Do we think that counts as a comfort item? I mean, I don't know about you folks, but in real life, I would consider taking a dump as being a comfort thing, so yeah, I just hope that that same logic translates into this game as well. Ah, very good, my friends. Turns out we have 45 bombs. That should make the process of grabbing ourselves a whole bunch of snow quite a lot easier, huh? So, yeah, let's do this thing. Bombing the crap out of my brand new world. Oh, dear. Oh, I almost blew myself up right there, my friends. Ouchies, you son of a... Come on, Finchy. I'm going to need just a little bit more out of you here, buddy. And my building has come to a stop because of a slight invasion of zombies. Oh! Yeah, okay. That's not fun. Oh! Come on! Just let me go home. Oh, very good. So, it turns out the snow armor, I don't know if this was always the case, but when you have the snow armor on, you cannot be frozen or chilled. That's kind of cool. Right, where's the snow hood? Yeah, I can't believe it. We've got ourselves our first full set of armor, and we didn't even have to make it. Nice. All right, no. Go away, frozen zombie. I'm done with you now. Not bad, eh? 9 defense, and we can't be frozen or chilled anymore. Yeah, I'm basically an Arctic explorer now, folks. Now then, what say we make ourselves some doors? Finally. Alrighty, my friends, so check it out. This is what I've got going on so far. I feel like the snow platforms definitely do work alongside the Feywood. And yeah, I feel like we've got something good going on here. We've got ourselves some little sort of support beam type things here. I basically just hammered a bunch of blocks until they formed an interesting shape. And you know what? I think I've achieved that quite nicely, to be honest. For today, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to focus on this little area here. This little build. This is going to be the proof of concept. And then we're going to basically add to this build as time goes on. Eventually, I want this build to span this entire area, so we can have more and more NPCs move in. We can have ourselves maybe a storage area, maybe a bit of a work area where we've got all of our workstations and all that kind of stuff. But for now, I thought we'd start sort of nice and humble here. So then, let's have ourselves a dresser in here. I'm also going to put the toilet in here because why not? Then I'm thinking a little bit of candle action and then a little lamp back there. Why not? And then up at the top here, I'm thinking maybe just a bog standard table, a normal chair. And then, I don't know, let's have ourselves another candle just in the corner here and a lamp right there. And then, yeah, look at this. We've got ourselves a bunch of chests that we can place down as well. For now, I think I'm going to place them upon these platforms. And then, yeah, like I say, eventually we're going to have ourselves like a proper storage area. So, yeah, it's kind of like a modular build. We're just going to keep on adding to it as time goes on. And then eventually it's going to form an amazing looking base. And using the new resources we have available to us. So, talking of new resources, why don't we see what we have available to us in terms of background walls, favorite walls? Ooh, oh, let's make ourselves, I don't know, 100 of them. And then I'm thinking maybe some snow brick walls as well. The first thing I want to see is what the Feywood background walls look like just by themselves. And honestly, they look pretty good, don't they? Yeah, I feel like these and living wood background walls would actually go very, very well together. And do you know what? I think we should give that a go. We have ourselves a living wood loom, so why not give it a go? Okay, noticing already that they are very, very close in texture. Yeah, look at that. Those two work really well together because the difference in texture between them is incredibly subtle. So yeah, Feywood and living wood walls working side by side. I think they work really well. I really do. So let's quickly get the rest of the background walls in here. Oh, I've just realized we should get our bed placed in here as well. There we are. Spawn point set. Yeah. Ah, I feel like we've just achieved a gargantuan goal right there. No longer will we have to scale the world at night when we die. I could just spawn back here now. Oh, brilliant. Do you know what I'm thinking right about now? We're in a snow biome, right? Would it not make sense for the roof to actually be made out of snow? I think that would be a lovely idea. So, let's go and make ourselves a bunch of snow bricks. I'm also realizing that maybe we should have grabbed ourselves some sand from the desert, right? Then I could have added some little windows in this build. I'm not about to half-ass my builds in this series, my friends, so don't you fret about it. I'll get myself some sand from that desert and we'll get these windows in by the end of today's episode. Alrighty, my friends, so I've got some other little bits and bobs and odd jobs done for this build. All we need to do is try and get ourselves over to a sand deposit. I mean, we don't even necessarily have to head on over to the desert here. Maybe we get lucky enough to find ourselves a sand deposit underground or just nearby. With that said, though, yeah, I don't spot any at the moment. Yikes. Okay, we might actually have to go over to the desert after all. I've just got to remember to put on the Moon Lord legs while I try to traverse the world here, because without it, yeah, my jump height and mobility is very much, is very much limited. Thanks, Bat! I appreciate that, buddy. Oh! I hate the fact that those guys can one-shot me. Bats are already the single most annoying kind of mob in this game. And they can one-shot you in Legendary mode. What have I let myself in for here? My goodness me, we've been picking up so many fallen stars during the course of today's episode that I'm only 2 away from being able to make myself the amount of mana crystals I need to maximize my mana. That is ridiculous. Oh my word, and there we are, in fact. All right, here we go. Episode 1, and we're going to have ourselves 200 mana. That is wild. Can't say I've ever achieved that before in any of my playthroughs or Let's Plays. Ah, very good. Definitely some upsides to traversing our world here. Chief among which being, you know, we're grabbing ourselves some more mushrooms for Feywood. So, yeah, I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. Also, while we are in the desert here, why don't we go ahead and grab ourselves this here cacti? Do we want to still go for the armor, though? I'll be honest, I don't really know. 75 is the magic number of cacti we're looking for, if we do want to go for that. but is it going to serve us better than the snow armor? Do you know what? Actually, probably. The thorns effect is pretty hard to ignore, I would say. Anyway, with over 100 cacti grabbed, we now have to go ahead and do the thing we came here to do. Grab ourselves a bunch of sand. Now I just need myself a little bit of stone so I can make myself a furnace so we can make the glass in the first place. And then we'll be able to finish off our little starter house for today. Now, in terms of my other building plans for this series, I would like to go ahead and spread a whole bunch of builds all across the world. I'd like to try and make usage of every single kind of pylon, including the universal pylon. Only before, we were talking about how we'd like to go for 100% bestiary in this series. So, yeah, universal pylon is what you get as a result of that. There are some other builds that I'd very much like to take on in this series, however. One of the ones I'd like to do is a little bit of a viewer appreciation build, because there are a few of you folks out there who have been members on this channel for some time. As much as, yes, the top tier membership comes with the perk of me displaying your name on the end card of my videos, I'd like to do something more for everybody who becomes a member, irregardless of the tier you go for. So, one of the things I want to do is I'd like to make a build basically full of signs, and those signs contain the names of everybody who has become a member on this channel, irregardless, again, of the tier those folks have gone for. Only, you know, these folks, they go above and beyond when it comes to support, and I want to make sure that they are well acknowledged, because honestly, the support truly does mean the world to me, my friends. It really does. Oh, look at that, climbing claws. Talking of viewer appreciation and interactions, the comment of the day that will be making a comeback for this series. Only that is something I like to do in my long-term Let's Plays here on Terraria, just as another way of interacting with you folks as we go along. So, if you ever have any comments or questions, they don't even have to necessarily be about the game, they could be about anything, head down to the comments area. And who knows, yours might just wind up being used and your name shouted out. Keen Wonder Sparking. Hey, I will take additional crit chance any day of the week. Random side note, how have I wound up exploring ginormous trees again? Oh, good lord. I can't help it. I'm a loot goblin in this game. All loot is good loot in my eyes. Well, all loot aside from the flare gun, which for the longest time has been my mortal enemy. Whenever I'm looking for good loot, Terraria always gives me the flare gun. I don't know what it is about this game and it doing that, but it has. And it's annoying. And as a result, the flare gun is my mortal enemy. So, yeah. So, here we are with a furnace. Let's get some glass made and then some glass walls. So there we are, folks. We've got ourselves some windows added in finally, and as a result, it's brightened up the build enormously, hasn't it? Allowing the background light to come in, it really does help spruce up a build, I would say. So, yeah. Do you know what? Our starter bases go, and as unique builds go, using different things for once, I don't think we've done too bad here, my friends. So on that successful and happy note, it is time to wrap up today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed today's first episode of my new long-term Let's Play. Drop a like if you have, I'd very much appreciate it. And of course, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on my future episodes. For now though, have a great rest of your day.